Psalm 90, a prayer for wisdom in the shadow of eternity. Psalm 90, attributed to Moses, stands as a unique and deeply reflective passage in the Book of Psalms. As the only psalm credited to Moses, it offers a perspective shaped by the wilderness experience, a lifetime of leadership, and an intimate relationship with God forged through trials, divine encounters, and profound revelations. This psalm is a meditation on the eternal nature of God and the fragile, fleeting condition of human life. It explores themes of divine justice, human sinfulness, and the quest for meaning in the face of mortality. The psalm opens with a declaration of God's timeless constancy. Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Here, God is portrayed not simply as a distant deity, but as a home, a place of refuge and permanence for humanity through every era. This image immediately contrasts with the human condition described later in the psalm. Moses affirms that even before the creation of the world, God existed from everlasting to everlasting, establishing the psalm's central contrast. God is eternal and unchanging, while humanity is transient and subject to decay. This contrast is elaborated upon as the psalm shifts focus from God's majesty to human frailty. Human beings are likened to grass that flourishes in the morning but withers by evening. Time, from God's perspective, is radically different. 1,000 years in your sight are like yesterday when it is past. This poetic imagery emphasizes the fleeting nature of human life compared to God's eternal presence. Life is likened to a dream, a flood, a watch in the night, metaphors that evoke impermanence and vulnerability. Moses then turns to a solemn reflection on divine wrath and human sin. He acknowledges that God's anger is not arbitrary but rooted in humanity's iniquities, even those hidden from human eyes. The psalmist admits that life is often consumed by toil and sorrow, and that the average human lifespan, 70 or 80 years, is filled with labor, grief, and brevity. This section of the psalm reflects the burden of guilt and the weight of divine justice, confronting the reality that human sin brings consequences, both in terms of divine judgment and the hardships of life. In the midst of this sobering perspective, a pivotal request emerges: so teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. This is not simply a lament but a turning point in the prayer. It recognizes that awareness of life's brevity can lead to wisdom, not despair. By numbering our days, we acknowledge our limitations and begin to live with intentionality. Moses does not ask for longer life but for meaningful life, one that is shaped by understanding, purpose, and alignment with God's will. The final portion of the psalm shifts from reflection to petition. Moses calls on God to return, to have compassion, and to restore joy to his people. He pleads for God's mercy to satisfy his servants early, so that their remaining days may be filled with gladness rather than grief. There is a longing for balance, that the joy God gives would correspond to the suffering his people have endured. The prayer closes with a profound request, that God would establish the work of our hands. Despite life's brevity, Moses expresses hope that what is done in faith and dependence on God can have lasting value. Psalm 90, therefore, serves as a powerful meditation on the human condition and the divine character. It confronts us with our mortality, our sinfulness, and the inevitability of divine judgment, yet it does not leave us without hope. Instead, it calls us to seek wisdom, to live purposefully, and to rely on God's mercy. The psalm's final plea, that God would establish our work, acknowledges the tension between human frailty and the desire for significance. In its honesty, humility, and hope, Psalm 90 teaches us how to approach life, death, and God with reverence and trust.
Psalm 90, a prayer of Moses, the man of God. Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. You turn man to destruction and say, Return, O children of men, for 1,000 years in your sight are like yesterday when it is past, and like a watch in the night. You carry them away like a flood. They are like sheep. In the morning they are like grass which grows up. In the morning it flourishes and grows up. In the evening it is cut down and withers. For we have been consumed by your anger, and by your wrath we are terrified. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your countenance. For all our days have passed away in your wrath. We finish our years like a sigh. The days of our lives are 70 years, and if by reason of strength they are 80 years, yet their boast is only labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away. Who knows the power of your anger? For as the fear of you, so is your wrath. So teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Return, O Lord, how long? And have compassion on your servants. O satisfy us early with your mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Make us glad according to the days in which you have afflicted us, the years in which we have seen evil. Let your work appear to your servants, and your glory to their children. And let the beauty of the Lord our God be upon us, and establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, establish the work of our hands.